Greetings and salutations everyone, and I'm back with yet another old MMORPG you've probably never heard about. Except this guy, or girl, who suggested it in the comment section. So thank you for suggesting it. So then you might be asking, what is the gem I've got for you guys today? Well, this MMORPG is called Tantra Online, and I'll just let you guys know right now that it is far from a classical MMORPG. Despite how it looks, it was actually released in 2010. The very same year Dragon Nest, Vindictus, and the original Final Fantasy XIV were all released in. So yes, while that was 8 years ago, almost 9, there's really no reason for it to look, well, like this, to say the least. Now, I have played my fair share of old MMORPGs, and yes, I've seen worse than this, but they were typically released in the 90s. Not 2010. Anyway, if you can get over the graphics of Tantra, which I know isn't a big deal to everyone, there's plenty of people that enjoyed older games with older styled graphics, this game almost feels like it doesn't want you to actually play it, as the registration process to actually be able to download the game is, shall we say, somewhat difficult. The password restriction on registering seems rather ridiculous, especially when they don't actually tell you what you actually need to do to get your password to actually work. Only after Googling around and checking their Facebook did I find out that this is an issue many players have had, only to be directed to their forum, which, by the way, you can't access without signing up. Luckily, there were some helpful players that listed what is necessary in order to be able to sign up, as the staff refused to say anything other than, "You can sign up to our forums, it's super easy. Stop complaining. You can find the rules there." Sheesh, they don't treat their players very well, do they? Of course, this is just an issue to do with their forum/website and nothing to do with the actual game itself, but it does speak volumes of their staff. But if you can get past all of this, once you actually make it into the game, there is a good selection of classes to choose between. Now, I wasn't entirely sure what each of the classes were, as their names were rather unique, so kudos to that. Anyway, I decided to pick the class named Garuda because, I mean, it's a name from Final Fantasy! You can never go wrong with picking something that sounds like it's from a Final Fantasy game. Unless you're me and you find out it's a goddamn mage. I mean, I hate mages. STIX always plays a mage, and he always kicks my ass in duels, and it's so annoying. I'm #archers for life, and I chose the mage. I hate myself right now, and the life choices I have made. This is just a typical day in the life of a wiggy. Either way, once I finally made it into the game after creating my character and going through the torture that was signing up to this game, my opinion of it didn't really change all that much. And it was a true struggle to stay invested in this game, sadly. This game was just downright bad. The combat, whilst it was a simple tab target system, felt rather strange and kind of bug-filled. Swapping targets can lead your character to completely stop attacking and freeze up. Then the monsters teleport around when fighting against them. Of course, this doesn't happen consistently, but it does get rather irritating and just feels downright bad whilst experiencing it. Then we go on to the questing system found within Tantra Online. There is no quest tracking, so the quests simply tell you coordinates that you're supposed to follow, so that you can find the monsters you need to kill or the NPC you need to talk to, which isn't so bad, I know. I used to play Tales of Pirates, or as some of you guys may know it by, Pirate King Online, and it too used a coordinate system, so it's less jarring for me as I've experienced it before. But I do know many players find it hard to use, as a lot of newer games don't use the system anymore. So to be completely honest with you guys, there was nothing really exciting to see or experience, as it felt kinda clunky and looked like regurgitated vomit, and yes, that is exactly how it looks to me. However, despite its looks, it is more populated than you might actually believe, at least looking at the first town, as there's a bunch of players all there with their stalls, selling items. Oh, and there's this cool feature where you can turn all of them into chests. Not the fun kind, you know, or maybe it is the fun kind. Now, if everything else I have mentioned wasn't enough, dying within Tantra has a tendency of also bugging out, as I kind of became one with the map and became stuck, unable to move beneath the ground, or wherever you want to call this, I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't get a good angle. Either way, I was at a loss of what to do at this point, as there's no I'm stuck button or a teleport stone to get you out. So I decided to log out and go back in to see if it fixed it, which luckily it did. However, the next time I died, and yes, it's very easy for me to die in games, I'm somewhat reckless, the very same issue happened again. At this point, I was just done with the game. There was nothing that I could find very interesting or fun for me. And everywhere I looked, I just found more things that were wrong with this game. Even the cash shop, where you could buy skill reset potions, stat potions, upgrade materials, resetting quests, changing second jobs, mounts, potions, hairstyles, faces, which hairstyles and face changes aren't bad in the cash shop, but everything else is really. So at this point, I decided to stop and just say this game wasn't very good. As I mentioned prior, I'm used to older MMORPGs, clunky games. Heck, I've even played games that aren't in English yet, but this game just got to me. I could not enjoy this game in the least. So I would have to say, skip this MMORPG. It really isn't worth the download. So I'm sorry if you guys personally enjoyed this game. This is just my opinion of it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If not, I'm sorry. And if there is anything else you would like me to check out, please do let me know in the comments section. So with that being said, good day, night, or afternoon, wherever it is where you are, and I will be seeing you guys next time with hopefully a better game.